Hey, how you all doing? This is Dr. Dwayne Buckingham. I want to take a moment to just share my thoughts since October is Domestic Violence Month. I wanted to take some time to kind of like talk to the young ladies out there. There are a lot of young ladies are in relationships and they're experiencing abuse, but they're not quite sure. They haven't quite figured out whether or not that their abusers are someone who's a perpetrator, as we would call it in the mental health field. Perpetrator. Obviously, in order for abuse to exist, we have to have a perpetrator and we have to have a victim. Now, perpetrators are those individuals who we would say they are the ones who initiate certain kinds of violations of other human being. Now what I want to talk about is that people have a tendency to talk about the perpetrators. We all understand that unfortunately anybody who administers any kind of abuse, whether it be physical, sexual, or emotional, probably has some challenges, right? And I know those individuals need help. But what I want to talk about and who I want to talk to is I want to talk to the young ladies, because in order for abuse to exist, you have to have a perpetrator, you have to have a victim, right? So the victim is what I want to talk about, because there's some ladies out here who are victims, but you deserve more. And what I mean by you deserve more is that you don't quite understand that love should not hurt, at least not intentionally. So if a man is intentionally hurting you, he doesn't understand what love is all about, and you definitely deserve more. So educated women. Some educated women are the most difficult women to deal with when it comes to abuse, because people in society sees them as being successful. And so when they find themselves in situations where they're allowing a man to dominate them, they typically suffer in silence because they don't come forward, because they may experience a little of embarrassment. They may experience, a little guilt because they were not able to protect themselves and defend themselves. So I want you all to understand that emotional abuse, physical abuse, and sexual abuse are all forms of abuse. But the one I think that is most devastating from a psychological standpoint is emotional abuse. Because a man can belittle you, a man can disrespect you, a man can just not really treat you how you deserve to be treated. But unfortunately, a lot of people turn their heads to emotional abuse because they would justify, well, girl, at least he's not hitting you. Or I guess, you don't have any bruises, you don't have any marks. And I can tell you, emotional abuse, while you can't see it physically, it is very devastating. So I want you all to take care of yourselves. I want you all to understand that you do deserve more. You deserve a man who knows how to love you. And if he loves you by hitting you, beating on you, or whatever, then he doesn't know how to love. And he may justify and say, hey, you made me mad, you made me angry. Whatever his reasons are for putting his hands on you, whatever his reasoning is for belittling you, devaluing you, his reasons are not justified. So do not fall for it. You actually deserve more. So if you are a woman out there, specifically single women who are in relationships, and you're trying to figure out whether or not the guy that you're with is fit to be in a relationship or fit to be your husband, I want you to tune in on Thursday. This Thursday, October 8th at 9 p.m., I'm going to be conducting a webinar. And entitled that webinar is right here. You see it, ladies. You deserve more. A single woman's guide to marriage. So I'm going to be doing this webinar because I want to provide some education, specifically during Domestic Violence Month, to women out here. You deserve more, and you do not have to settle with a man who's not going to give you what you deserve, which is lifetime commitment, respect, and honor. You deserve it, and you have to demand it. So if you're interested in learning how to get a man to respect you and to give you lifetime commitment, please participate in my webinar. You can sign up or you can register by visiting my website, www.drbuckingham.com, and that's DRBUCKINGHAM. I hope to see you, or I hope that you can participate on my webinar so that you can understand that you deserve more. Domestic violence can only occur when we have a perpetrator and a victim. We have to have both. If you no longer choose to be a victim, we can't have domestic violence. That means you have to demand that men treat you right or they move on. All right, you all be good.